Hello, everyone. Welcome to Adobe Live Pride Week. I'm your host, Ruben, and this week we are celebrating creativity for all from the LGBTQ plus community and allies. I'm super excited again because today, for the second day, we have our special guest, Brandon, aka Brandon Groce. Brandon is designing an e-commerce mobile app using Adobe XD. And if you missed the first part, you can go ahead and rewatch it again and replay it via YouTube or Behance. I want to say hi to people on the chat. So let's see if we see some familiar faces here. Cody Bear it's in there. Katarina is in there. Hello, everyone. Cyan, Anakita, Cody again. Laura, it's here. Hello, guys. Welcome again. And I'm super happy and super dope because yesterday, Brandon was creating the first part of this commerce mobile app. And then today he's going to be finishing up that part and also creating some animations and transitions between screens and stuff like that. So before we jump over to Brandon, if you missed the previous live stream, Illustrating Fresco with Noah Aspen, you can check it out, the replay on Behance or YouTube. So Brandon, I know like you introduced yourself yesterday, but if you wanted to give us a little bit of who you are for the audience today, that will be great. So I'll pass it over to you and let us know what your plan is for today.
Sounds like a plan, Ruben. Thank you again for the nice intro. Hello, everybody. I'm super excited for day number 2. Quick little intro. I am many things, but we very simply can start at the beginning. I've been a UI UX designer for multiple in multiple scenarios. I've worked with Hilton, Disney, Salesforce, LG, many others in regards to really helping them build their sales funnel online to basically help their customers get what they want a little bit quicker and also increase the businesses that I've worked for, just, increase their revenue. Obviously, that's what we do, why we do what we do, but also to make really cool products. And on top of that, I also do create educational content like Ruben does also, why we're here. But I also do the same for a Wix child company, EditorX, which is really awesome. And I also, facilitate a really cool community of other creators as well under that umbrella. So today, what we are going to be doing, as Ruben mentioned, we are going to, as he already mentioned, day 1, we basically did really everything under the sun you guys see here for day 1. We did an onboarding experience, a sign-in and registration flow for our app. We did the search page, explore, product details, category page. And without just showing you guys the words of what we did, we'll do a little bit of a recap of the visuals. And then today we're going to try to do 4 more flows. So we're going to try to do the cart, the checkout, the account, and the save page. We might do maybe 2 out of these, but really get into the nitty-gritty of prototyping, putting the entire app together, and getting into some animations. So, Ruben, what say ye? Are you ready?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Watching some of the stuff here in the chat. People are saying hello. Hi, guys. You killed it yesterday. Hello, Brandon. Great seeing you doing great things. That's awesome.
Thank you, my friends. And also, out of curiosity, again, ladies and gentlemen, I did not pull up the chat on my end. So, Ruben, you have to be on my earpiece today. I try to, because otherwise, if I have the chat, I'm just going to be talking the entire time and it will become a podcast. So, all right. With that said, all right. So walking through what we did yesterday, we did our 3-page or 3 sections of our onboarding. We have, and this is all fake stuff, by the way. This is exclusive. Oh, and for those of you who are, well, you'll see, you're just coming here for the first time, you missed yesterday. what we have, I was very inspired by like the hype beast culture with shoes, whatnot. So we basically, this is like the main hub of the app. We have the Groce collection, you know what I'm saying? We have multiple filters in which you can search for your type of shoe that you're looking for. You can search either by male, your gender, essentially non-binary, by brand or by sale. We have some placeholder shoe photos here. Basically, you guys even named some of the shoe types yesterday. We had, I think, the Swatch, I think Kebe, and there was one other one that I really couldn't spell, so I apologize to you. It was not you. It was totally my my spelling ability. All right, so we have our onboarding, which really isn't that sexy. It's just 3 pages of saying exclusive benefits, exclusive items that you're going to get by signing up, and then you have exclusive offers. You join, you have the ability. This is basically, we'll figure out where this goes. I just knew we probably needed it. But when you are signing in for whatever reason, or you're already part of this application, you sign in using your phone number, you sign in, the app gives you a text with a particular code. You have to put in the code to continue, and that sends you to, as I said, our main hub of the app. Yes, and we have search, obviously a search feature. You need to look. We have the ability to look at the things that we last looked at, what we last searched, also popular search items, or by, I think, collections.
Yep.
And we also had our product detail page. So this was one of the products, the name.
Swatch.
The Swatch. We have the abilities to select our size. We have a size guide because we didn't know if somebody has a bunion. You know, you don't know what type of we don't. Shoes are weird, guys. There's different shoe sizes across the world. Even between. I know I find getting shoes very difficult. I've had the same for like 5 years. We have the description. We have a few more product details. We have reviews, and we have a price thing down here. Most of you guys are probably like, why is it down there? We're going to make that sticky. You guys will see it.
Nice.
We have a category page. This is basically everything that has to do with the brand Nike. Again, we just have our placeholder cards here. We're going to replace some of these with other shoes. And I don't know what we're going to use. I just kind of made these here just in case if I decide I want to use something like this. I thought maybe they'd have a use case, but we haven't gone through it yet. Awesome. But today we're going to do Le Carte, the checkout page, the account, and maybe a saved page. Nice. But I think the main 2 that I want to focus on are these 2. And then we'll get into prototyping and animating. Sound good, Ruben?
Perfect. Sounds great. All right. What do you guys think on the chat? Have you seen what we did yesterday? Do you want to take a look at it right after this? Just go back and rewatch it, replay on Behance or YouTube, and let us know what you think about this so far. I think it's looking pretty awesome per se, like pretty cool, like application, very like, kind of like a dark theme, going on right now. I'm all about contrast and like you can definitely see what Brandon has done here with using the different colors of, using reds, using dark grays, black. It's a combination of like two powerful colors right there. What do you guys think on the chat?
All that flattery. I don't even need a therapist.
you just
let me get a refund from today's session. What's it called?
Nice.
All right. Therapy is important, guys. Mental health.
All right. So we got our first question for you.
Yes.
So this is specifically to you. It says, Brandon, how do you come up with your concepts?
I think we answered this yesterday, and I don't want to use the same example. So I'm going to find another story to, I guess, tell with it. So yes. I guess I kind of leave things very rudimentary, right? I used to love to draw. I still like to draw. And for me, the way that I get inspired is just by looking at cool things and being like, that looks cool. And like a gut reaction, I'm like, huh, I have a taste for that. That looks awesome. And then it's the 3-step thing that we talked about yesterday. I find something that looks dope. Okay, well, how does somebody make something that looks dope like that? And then from my learning, I try to recreate the thing that I tried to learn how it was done. That's probably not proper English, but I find something, I learn about how that thing was made, then I actually go and try it, or find somebody else that can help me, because there's too many cool things out in the world. Nowadays, I probably, because things are really complicated and things move so fast, I tend to have to find people that can help me produce things versus building it myself, because the learning curves of things and just the multidisciplinary things that are required.
It's just moving way too fast right now. Like it's insane. Yeah.
Like, for example, like one of the things that I was thinking about, I'm not sure, you guys probably have no idea or follow me outside of Adobe Live. One of the things that is really of interest to me right now is AR, XR, and VR. And so I've been messing around with, if you guys have seen some of my YouTube stuff, you've seen an avatar of me floating around, and I don't know how to make that stuff, but I've seen it from this girl named Code Miko, and she basically makes her live streams like video games. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. The learning, after researching how it's done, I was like, that's going to take like 2 years for me to get to her level. So I just tried to find people at my budget that can produce what I need. But the learning is still required, except the output is not me doing it. It's finding people who can do it with the budget that I have.
Awesome.
I probably like over explained that. So I apologize.
Nope. That was a great explanation. I mean, like what you said yesterday aligns perfectly with what you just said today. It's just like the way how you come up with those concepts is because how you see stuff that you like. It's a gut feeling. Like we all have that. And it's just like, ooh, that wow moment. It's what we look for as designers and stuff like that. And also, if you wanted to produce the same wow effect with your products and the stuff that you create, and you have done it, man. Like, creating like your stage right now. When I saw it for the first time, we had our first meeting in like I was like, what is going on? How this guy did that? And this was like 2 years ago. I don't know when we met, and I was like, how do you do that? It's been a while. And then you come up with the 3D model that I saw you, and I was like, what is going on? I'm always expecting something new out of you, like something, I don't know, maybe next time something will come out of my computer and I'm like, Brandon, get back.
Just start visiting people in their homes, just like found out how teleportation was done, and that's what I'm
like a hologram or something. I don't know, like, Ruben, I'd send you a gift, like a little box. You just put it next to you in your computer, and then out of nowhere you will pop up like, hey Ruben, what's up?
Oh god, I would totally do that too. Oh, don't worry about it, just put it on your kitchen table.
Yeah, exactly.
And just like start having breakfast with you guys.
That'll be dope. All right. So let's see what people are saying on the chat right now. Let's see. Hey, Laura. Hey, everyone. New people coming in. New faces, too, which is awesome.
Very nice.
That's great. Do you guys have any questions for Brandon right now? He's working on the checkout screen, and, soon he will be animating. And also, guys, if you are joining us from YouTube or Behance, welcome. Brandon is creating this amazing commerce mobile app. The first part was done yesterday. So if you wanted to check it out, just go and replay on Behance or YouTube. And then today he's finalizing that project, and he will be animating and putting everything together, and it's going to be dope. I know that.
One of the things I would love to know from the chat is how many people are comfortable with animation in XD, and what are the things that they would like to know how to do.
Okay.
And two, what they have challenges with if they've tried it. Because a lot of today, the majority of today will be in animation and prototyping. So I'd love to be able to, I don't know why this circle looks off to me. It feels like it's down in the corner, but we're going to leave it alone.
That's, I have a trick for that. Well,
there we go.
There you go.
We had a positive and a negative numbers. Math is not my strong suit, guys. This is
all right. Fergie's in the house. Laura's in the house. All right, guys. What do you guys think about animation? You just heard Brandon. He was asking you, like, what do you guys think about animation? Your struggles with animating in Adobe XD, if you have some, or if you have any questions about it, just let us know in the chat. Oh, the powerful tool of Repeat Grid. Look at that, guys.
Yes.
This is how easy and efficient branding is.
Right. What do we need? So we probably need, like, we have regular delivery.
Okay. We have
next day delivery.
Next day. And then the third one probably should be, I want it now.
Same day, right? Same day.
Same day.
That's what I always do on Amazon. I'm like, no, this is gonna get here today.
Exactly. I want it now.
Like yesterday, I don't know where I put my steamer, man. So I got a nice little steamer same day yesterday, so I could, obviously my shirt doesn't look like it today, but don't look at it, all right, guys? But all I wanted to say is I got a same day steamer.
I'm gonna look at it now.
No,
we have Claudia is saying that she's new in Adobe XD, so animation is very intimidating to her. It shouldn't be intimidating. It's so, for me, well, I'll let you talk first. Like, what do you think? Is it intimidating, Brandon?
I mean, everything is, tying my shoes were intimidating as a kid. I was just like, you know what? Let me just go and run, and I'll deal with me getting, I'll hit the concrete hard and get back up. There's, everything new is challenging. Like, for example, I really want to go back and do like regular art classes. And I'm like, man, where can I go and do, like, I don't like leaving the house. But to get the socialization because I really like people, but I don't like leaving the house. It's really bad combination. So, going out and doing like people things again, when it, was a routine, I feel like I've lost that and I'm kind of scared to do it. And same thing with like animation. If I haven't dusted up on animation, I'm about to go live and I'm like, I haven't done this in years or at all, and I have to perform. It can be daunting. But if you have, so I think that's natural. But when you realize the steps and how simple it is and the fundamentals, like when you realize that you put one bow and then the other bow, and you put the bows together, and then I don't know, what is the thing that we all learned how to tie our shoes? I forget. You put something goes under, I don't even remember. I learned through 2 bunny ears or something. 2 bunny ears, you put them together. Yeah. But when you learn like somebody's system, you're like, oh, the bunnies. Okay. That's all you need to know. So today we are going to do my version of the bunny system, but for Adobe XD animation. Great
analogy right there. I love it. Yeah, I would say for me, like, yes, like, and this is going to happen like all the time, guys. Like, you have to learn new processes, new tools, because like Brandon said, technology is evolving like really, really fast, and we have to keep up with what's out there. Something new comes out and it's efficient, and product owners and a lot of product people are using it, and you might have to learn something new. And then it could be ambiguous, it can be scary, it can, at first, but once you dominate it just a little bit, just like take the first step, like, try to move, like in the terms of animating in XD, try to move a ball from, like a circle from left to right, right? And then learn that motion. Okay, I know how to do that. Then keep like training yourself. And it's, for me, it was pretty easy to learn because I was very used to Adobe products. I've been using Adobe products since 2003. So when I first learned like XD, I was coming from a different platform, and then creating websites and stuff like that. And then when I grabbed XD, I learned it within like literally like within 2-3 days. I was like flying through it because it was so easy to use, very familiar with, Illustrator, InDesign, Photoshop. Like you can tell like the similarities in some of these applications. And then animating, I have a background in animation. Back in the days, I used to do Flash animations back in, Macromedia, Flash, and all of that fun stuff. But then a person that doesn't have interaction design skills or whatever, you can learn that stuff. And then learning how to animate and do transitions and stuff like that, you will learn it. You will do it at your own pace. It's not required that you learn how to make a transition within, an hour or so. It's at your own pace. And, I think Adobe XD did a pretty good job. Like the auto anime, it's just an amazing like feature that is just like mind blowing when I first saw it and try it out. I don't know about you, Brandon, but I was just like blown away. Like really, like I just had to do that, and that will take care of everything. Back in Flash, I remember I had to do so many different things in action script and stuff like that. And then now it's just like so easy to do.
Yeah. And I'm actually really curious if things get easy over time. I'm actually really interested. Have you heard of this thing called Dolly? DALL E, I think. Have you heard of it? Is AI like?
I think I heard of it.
Yeah, it is very interesting. It puts together images. It's an AI that stitches images together, or like creates images that never existed before based off of like sentences.
Yeah. It's I don't know if it was on Instagram or TikTok or somebody else was everywhere doing something. And also I've seen another one, AI, where you can start drawing like a mountain and stuff like that, and then it just like appears like a mountain appears, like a real mountain appears.
I think that's like NVIDIA.
I don't know. I was just like blown away by, like all these technologies that are like just like, coming out, and it's the same, it's the same principle, it's auto, creation of things. And that's exactly what auto animate does. It's just like create like what you envision type of thing. And then of course you got to tweak it with easy in and out and all that fun stuff and the timing and all of that. But it's just like how easy it is to create a micro animation for your product and stuff. And I just loved it.
Yeah, it XD's animation is like the first, for me, the easiest, like, because we were having to do Flash I wasn't in there, but I was in After Effects crying my eyes out trying to I couldn't understand Flash. I think my brother was in Flash though. But what we used to have to do to be like, just to explain like how one card flip happens, what we needed to do in After Effects took like 10 times as long than producing it in seconds in XD. So
yeah,
yes.
And it's how you use it too. I mean, like some people might go to Premiere or After Effects to do a simple transition or something, and if they need a reel or video. But I used it, like I use Adobe XD if I need something like pretty quick transition or something, and I don't need to do crazy stuff. I'll do it in Adobe XD and animated it, and boom, I'll be done like within a few minutes. Or I've been using lately Adobe Express. which is pretty interesting. I've done a few stuff for my page, for my Instagram page, and I was like a little curious about it. And the stuff that they have in there, it's amazing. So I'll definitely recommend to check that out.
Very interesting. I have not. I thought because Express, that was Spark.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I've opened Spark.
Yeah,
or which now is Express.
So
I'm not familiar with it at all.
Yeah, you can create so many different things for social media campaigns and marketing and stuff like that. It's crazy. I'm not an expert in it, but I downloaded it on my phone, and I was just like playing around with it. And I was like, I feel like I want to create something for my stories. And I was like, let me see what they have on their templates and stuff. And I check it out. I saw something that I like. I tap on it. I edit it, put the stuff that I wanted to say in there, and then, put it on my social media. People were like asking me like, how do you do this? XD? I'm like, a friend of XD, actually.
The cousin. They're related.
Yeah. And people were like, oh, Express. I never heard of it. And, I'm like, okay, so check it out. If you think it makes sense for you, then download it, use it. It's pretty easy to use. It's it's a no-brainer. But it's all about efficiency, right? Like everyone wants things to be done fast. Everyone, like it's just at work, everything is just like we want things to be fast and and be out there and create the positive effect that you want. So it's all about that.
Definitely.
All right, so we have a question from the chat. Let's see. As a developer, I'm wondering why make a commerce app when Google iOS, let me see, charge the percentage in app in financial transactions. Am I missing something? This is kind of like more not related to design. This is more
that was
like
a good question regardless though. So we might pocket that. We might pocket that.
It was more like I would say a technical question, and also business goals and that side of things. But it's a great question though. Like
do we not want to? We'll get other ones. Do we not want to entertain that one?
Do we want to do it? Do you want to do it?
I think it was a good. We can touch on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
definitely.
we can try. Or maybe he has more insight. He or she has more insight than us, and we about to learn today. Everybody about to learn today.
Yeah, maybe he has more insight. He's a developer, so he's wondering like why. I don't know. Am I missing something? Well,
I'll leave it up to you. This is your rodeo.
Let's see. Okay. Thank you, Cody. He just like posted the Adobe Express so people can go and check it out. Devon, Morphe, did you have more insights or to let us know a little more? Is there something that we probably don't know? Can you give us a little more? All right. So in the meantime, what are you creating right now?
So I am, I'm going to cheat a little bit later today, but in our session, but right now I am creating the checkout flow. So we have 3 segments of the checkout. We have delivery, we have the address, and we have the payment. So we have the regular delivery, next day delivery, same day delivery. We have our address, Ruben's dinner table, where our hologram is. And then we are going to, we have some payment options that I need to space out correctly. But we're gonna have some cards here. I'm literally, like I said, guys, if you weren't here yesterday, I've already made all of this. So if you're wondering how you see some of the copy and pasting in here is so quick, I literally have the thing on my other screen. So what I'll be doing after going through all of this is there's some assets that I've already created. I'll copy and paste in here, but I don't want to focus on that right now. I do want to kind of get everything here first. Actually, I have no idea. We're still going through it. But checkout, we're going to finish the checkout. And then I think what we're going to go ahead and do is we're just going to forget about the account and the saved.
Okay.
Because I do think that the animation and the prototyping and the organization is going to take some time. And time check, we're already 30 minutes in. We've got like an hour. So
an hour and a few minutes. We do have the artist spotlight we're going to be touching later on, so stay tuned for that. All right. I was going to ask you, Brandon, like when you're working on something like this, let's say a hypothetical, scenario where you're working on a mobile app for X industry, right? Did you create user flows first, or do you do them as you go? Right now we touch on this right now, where you were creating the flows, the user flows for the checkout, and that's only one section of the app. Imagine like if you are really designing a whole application where you have multiple user flows. What's your process like in that area?
I always do user flows are so important, and they save so much time and headache and trying to figure out like
what needs to be designed.
Where are we going? Yeah. Yep. So in a real life situation, I am doing I'm doing all that stuff first in terms of the user flow, because it, like, if you guys can, I'm sure you guys are able to tell, I'm lost almost in what I'm designing, because I've basically have this concept and I haven't really thought through specifically how everything is going to tie together. I have a loose idea of how things are going to tie together, but I didn't start off with this is going to lead to this is going to lead to this. I kind of was like, here's the application that I have built for fun. And we're on, because I, going on the flies, it's easy to do because I've done this for so long. I don't really need to, and plus we're not doing a whole application. We're doing like maybe the explore page that attaches to the cart, the checkout, and the onboarding and sign in. It's really not that complex, but when you're dealing with how things need to feed into each other and understanding, oh, users have this behavior on this page and they're expecting this, so we need to place that. None of that has thought about, none of that has been done for this, but that's stuff that is important for really every project in the real world, because you need to have an understanding of that's all our job is, to understand behavior. We're just, our tool of choice is just, we like to sit, or me, I'm talking for me, I'm not talking to everybody else, but I like to sit, the mouse feels good in my hand, and so does the keyboard. It feels like I'm playing World of Warcraft, except I'm building stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So I'm not sure if I,
information architecture is very important, and when you're dealing with a complex application, like this could be like a really complex application if you were to develop this, like, for sure. Like you got to think about almost the impossible things, like you got to account for different type of audiences and users, and like you got to think about all of that stuff. How do people will what if, like, run those what if scenarios in your head and also bounce it around with other designers and developers. Like, what if something like this would happen? What would happen then? Like, all those things, like, as product designers, like we got to think about all that stuff. And then on top of that, we got to think about how we are going to make an impact on people's lives, right? In one way or another, but also if we're meeting the business objectives and goals, and like it's a bunch of stuff that when it comes to developing a mobile app or any product or service that you're working on.
Right. So that is like that's the blueprint to the house that you're building. You do not want to start building the house without the blueprint.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I said to people who don't understand what UX is. Sometimes I'm like, it's kind of like a blueprint. Like, like you don't start building a house with your, with your ceiling first. You got to have a foundation. You got to, think about the experience when you walk into your door. What's on your right, what's on your left, what's on top, like what's on the whole. Like it's the same thing for an application. That's a great example, Brandon.
Exactly.
Awesome. Let's see what people think on the chat. Fergie is okay. They're talking about, Apple charges 30% and Google charges 18%.
They went into his question.
Yep, they are debating this right now.
See, I told you we should go into, because I was like, there's something there. There's something, because that really does, honestly, it does impact us, because there is that sort of monopoly war that's kind of going on.
Ooh, Fergie has a great point. Like she's saying that she thinks there's some benefits of having native app, like being able to send push notifications as one example, which people pay more attention compared to pushing messages as emails and messages as emails and SMS. All right. Okay, developer.
Wait, so is the conversation around native versus what?
I think it's native versus Google, like Android.
Oh,
yeah. Alrighty.
Marketplace, man. Marketplace size.
Marketplace, yeah.
Distribution.
Yep. That's right. All right. So what do we have here? Let's see.
Let's see. Shipping to. All right. I need this and this. Cause
I love how clean this looks. I saw an article talking about like, minimalism is very, like it's like people are just using it like over like it works. You know what I mean? Like people are just like were complaining about it. I think on that article they were saying that it's overrated. But I think it's just like it's been with us still, because it works. I mean, people love like clean designs, and I think more and more people nowadays are aware of what good design is. I mean, good design is seamless. Like you don't see it. It's just like it's there and it works. There's no friction. And I think what minimalism does is the same thing. It's providing you that frictionless experience. Because
go ahead. Sorry.
No,
go ahead.
I was gonna say back in the days when we were designing pages and using tables and stuff like that, it was horrible, but we thought we were killing it. Like we thought it was just amazing design, and in a way it was good design, but it was bad.
It was good for where we were at in our evolution.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like I think design principles, they, like if you like, I'm a big fan of design principles. Like if you know balance, color, typography and repetition and all of that fun stuff, they teach us in school. But then back then, because we didn't have the technology that we have nowadays to have things absolute precision at the top, things that we have more space to breathe, like we didn't have that back in the days when we had tables, for designing pages and stuff like that. So that's why some of these designs, they look pretty, like everything is just condensed within the viewport. Do you remember that? Like all those pages, like everything in the viewport, like within your whatever you see in your computer, it was everything crammed in there, like all the information, the navigation, all the text, all those GIF animated banners. Everything was just like there, and it was just like no room to breathe. And it was just like, but it was good at that time. Now I see it, I'm like, oh my God, how did I do that?
I mean, things change, just like with clothing. You know what I mean? That is basically you see that. You look at some old photos of your parents. You're like, Mom, what you doing? Or Dad, come on now. But that was the thing,
Yep.
That's what they say. You don't know, that was the thing in my day.
Yeah, exactly.
So we can't beat ourselves up too much. That was the thing. We were hot. We were hip with all that condensedness.
Yes,
but we found a new way.
That's right. We have a question from George. Are you using any design kits in this project?
Design kits?
Yep.
I am using some assets from design kits, yes. Because I do not make icons.
Okay.
From we do not. Basically, this is how I rock. And I think it's pretty standard for really any designer, unless you're literally tasked as an illustrator to create your own assets.
Yeah,
Everything I try to make, or try to find so that I can just make. Because I get to leverage or save my time by finding things that other people have created that I need. So, I mean, maybe back in the day before there was all these resources.
Yep.
You might have to like get in there, and half of the stream would be creating an icon. So,
yep.
Thankfully we don't have to do that any longer.
Exactly. And George, just so you know, like we talked about this yesterday a little bit, like we touched on some of the plugins that we use in Adobe XD. So if you want to check that out, just go and watch the replay after this one and you'll see what we're talking about.
Let's see.
Okay. Change.
But that was a good question.
Yeah. Indeed. I get this question also all the time. They're like, what do you use? Of course, it depends on the project, but like you, if I need icons, there's tons of icon libraries out there that you can use for free. That you can also, they allow you to use them and manipulate them, and some of them not. You gotta just be careful depending on what you're working on. To have the proper licensing and everything. So be aware of that so you can protect yourself. But yeah, it's just about what we talked about before. It's efficiency. It's how can you make this faster? And UI kits and other resources are great tools that you can use in order for you to move faster and deliver faster, actually.
Yes. All right, let's see.
All right, let's see what's on the chat. Any questions, guys, about what Brandon is doing today, what it's working on right now? Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think?
So we got the summary. What else we need?
Okay, so we got another question from Claudia saying that what are your favorite copyright-free image or icon websites?
I like Flat Icon. I love Icons for Design. That is in Adobe XD. That's usually my main go-to. And I think you have Adobe Stock that's already inside of Adobe XD. We have Unsplash.
Unsplash is pretty good.
And I think if you put Unsplash alternatives into Google, you'll find like the other 10 that I use and don't remember the name.
Yep. Unsplash is actually like one of the top ones that, most of the designers I know, they use Unsplash. Pexels also is another one that that everybody's using. As far as like icons and stuff like that, there are a bunch of resources out there. You just got to make sure, like, read the copyright, so that way you don't get in trouble. But there are some great resources out there.
And you guys have to forgive me. I do not know how many numbers are in a credit card. Like, I just copy my number when I
16.
When it's asked, it's 16.
Yeah, 16.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I need 3 more. All right.
No, it's 12. I'm sorry. Why did I say 16? 1, 2, 3,
it's 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. All right. I did it naturally.
12. Yeah, it's 12.
Okay.
All right. I got a great resource here. This is from one of my Instagram friends, Robin UX, and he has an amazing. He put together this. It's called freebiefridays.xyz, and what he put together, like, more than 200 free resources for designers. Like, I'm talking about AR, VR, case studies, design patterns, like icons, UI kits, UX books, websites, portfolios, fonts. It's just insane. I put it in the chat here so people can just take a look at it, see what works for you, and then go there, check it out, read the copyright, and then start designing.
All right. And I'm not sure if we need 2 more of these or 1 more. We'll see. So we have done. Okay. Just gonna do one screen. So we need to add. So we have the summary. We have these 2 shoes. It's shipping here. We have the delivery. We have the payment type, and we need. What is this? Basically, like, the total sum.
Okay.
And we're going to do total delivery fee and I guess a discount, maybe. Maybe we don't need the discount.
Thank you, Cody Bear, for providing the link for everyone.
All right, we got total. We got delivery fee. We have the total. Duplicate this, just right align that. And we're gonna do.
Have you used, now that you're, setting things up, have you used the grid in Adobe XD? Like, to have different columns and stuff? Like, do you turn that on or not?
I get lost. I get lost real quick with that on, man.
Really?
Yeah, I think I usually, what I do is if I find, like, for example, in my early ones, I think I started losing my grid structure or my structure here. But what I typically do is, so for example, like this is like the main page. I'll just go ahead and I'll find, where is it?
Yep.
I don't know why it's not letting me pull in my, oh, maybe I turned it off. Yeah.
There you
so
go.
Like I have these things where it's just like, boom, boom, just stay within those lines and you are A-okay.
Yep.
And I'll try to, like, you'll see it on the my other artboards.
Yep. I think I use it like when I first start the design, like the first screen, like you do, and then pull in some guidelines, and then once I'm happy with it, I know the center, I know whatever, like the left and right, if I live like 20 pixels on left and right or 16 or whatever, and then from there I keep going, and then I kind of like eyeball it, like, in a way, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not straight up like super perfect, like it needs to be like 2 columns to the left, and I wouldn't say I haven't done it. I've done it in the past, but now I'm more like comfortable. I think that the more time you spend in design and designing things over and over and over, the more comfortable you get, and like it's I think it's a good practice for beginners for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, it helps me because otherwise, like, I mean, I haven't been using them and I already think that these, like, you'll see, like, they're not completely, they're not where they should be. Some of the things are, but a lot of them aren't. But, you know, that's what, you know, additional time and attention really takes to refine those things.
Exactly. And also, like, when you tune in, like, you know, like that pixel perfect thing, like, oh, you gotta make it perfect. Like it needs to be perfect on the actual app, like not exactly on, I would say, it on the design itself. I think it all depends. Like if you have a design system already in place and you have a padding, you know, component of, you know, depending on the, every component needs to be at 8 pixels or 16 pixels of padding, like all of that will fall into place. Yeah, exactly. All those things will fall into place when they, you know, start developing things. It's not like you need to be 100% perfect on every angle of your app. Imagine if you have like 100 screens, you know what I mean? Like you will miss 1 pixel. But it's good practice if you use your grids. But then once you're comfortable, like you can do what you want.
Exactly. And I just also wanted to preface everything. This is kind of what I was saying, everybody. I'm going to cheat in these 2 areas. I already had my asset for my maps, and I already had my assets for my payments and for our cards here. So don't think I pressed a magical key and these things were here. So I just wanted to because like I said, we're going on almost that hour, and I really do want to start now. We are going to get into the prototyping, the animating, and get comfortability there, because I feel like, you know, yesterday and then also today, we've basically been creating really the same elements. They just look different. We've been using boxes, text, and assets to produce a visual output. But now we're going to this is where we're going to get the, you guys can put your own, you can call that whatever you want, but that I'm leaving that there. All right. All right. So let's see.
That's awesome.
I wonder how you guys would spell what I just said. It would be funny to see how you guys spell that in the chat. But all right, so let's start getting into some animation. I think I grouped everything how I wanted yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so we're gonna start running into this prototype tab, and we're just going to start pulling these things together. And do we want to? I think this is out of order. Ruben, you tell me. For some reason, my brain is like, this definitely goes first. Onboarding is definitely. Actually, no. If they're signing in, there wouldn't be an onboarding. Not necessarily. It depends.
I've seen it both ways.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen it like where you have to sign in first, right? Like like sign up, and then after you sign up, you get your welcome screens. Like, hey, you got a discount or whatever.
So maybe we'll make this the home page. All right. So
you get your.
I'm like, do we want
6-digit code?
We actually didn't make a brand for this. So maybe what we'll do.
What you want to create like a splash page?
Yeah, just a quick one where I'm gonna delete all this stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
And this will be, I guess, our first little animation. We're gonna just extend the glass everywhere. We'll worry about that later.
Claudia said on the chat, she thought it was magic when you put in all those like credit card logos and the credit card. And
she was like, he knows he has the power.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there was no, that's why I had to say it, because I was like, I already have the assets. Some people who are new are going to be like, where's that button?
Can I sign up for your class, Brandon?
Yeah, no, it's purely assets, guys. That's it.
That's right.
So I think I'm just going to call this H, short for, actually, I'm going to call it H. If you guys want to name the app, please drop your suggestions in the
in the chat.
yes.
Let us know what you want to call this app. It's a commerce shoes mobile app. So let us know, like, what do you guys think? Like, what should we call this? Like, I think when I did my live, I think we had some people coming up with crazy names, and actually there was one that we picked that it was awesome. It was just like, what? Like, and they just came up on the spot with that name on the spot. So you guys can do that too. Come on.
Yeah, you
Give
guys
us a name
don't
for
judge.
this app.
All right. So we're just gonna leave just some basic branding. Please don't. This is not up to my standard, but I want to just show you guys a quick little animation thing here. So what we're gonna do is
Fergie is like, Brandon, the power of Grayskull.
All right. I have it, Fergie. It's in my back pocket, I promise. Okay. So it was only $4.99 on Amazon. Okay. So what I just did here, ladies and gentlemen, is I want, okay, let me delete this and we'll take it one step at a time. So I'm going to prototype. I am pulling this first arrow over here to our second artboard, and I'm going to go ahead and press play really quick. Actually, before I even do that, we need to take a look at our triggers. So I'm going to do a time trigger. We're going to do a delay of 2 seconds. We're going to do not a transition. We're going to do an auto animate. We are going to do a snap transition or animation, and we're going to do a 0.6 duration animation. And so let's just take a look at what this looks like as of right now. All we get is that nice little shrink of that glass. If we want to take it another step, and why it's doing that, and I want to explain, is because if we go to our messy layers and we go to group 5,520, Fergie just had a heart attack. She was like,
what is going on, Brandon?
Can you imagine like a phone call? Yeah, guys, or you're talking to the dev team. Yeah, no, just go into folder like 5520. You're fine.
Oh my God.
You instantly fired.
Get this
in the folder.
Get this guy out of the team right now.
Can you guys just select the H in group 5,520? Yep, that one. Okay, so why this works on a serious note, guys, is this rectangle, and I'm gonna actually name this. We're gonna call this glass. And this is kind of what I was talking about yesterday. If we change the name of this, and why naming is actually important, watch, it will not actually have that clean animation. It looks funky, if you guys saw that. And it's because I changed the layer name. So how Adobe XD, how you can think about animation for those of you who are new, what I love about it in the program is that it's basically like what Adobe XD is looking for is before and after. And it's looking at, hey, you have all these elements on the screen with particular names. And when it goes into another screen, it's like, hey, are there any elements from the previous screen on this screen? If so, are there any changes that happen to them? And if there are, make it happen. So with the glass, we need to change this from rectangle 3,129 to glass as well. And obviously you don't necessarily need to, but I just wanted to explain this concept to you so you didn't think that I somehow just connected the things and then there was magic. So that's our first animation. And if we do want to take it another step, right? Let's say I wanted to animate these two elements. Maybe I wanted, I don't know, maybe I want them to maybe go down or something. So what I'm going to do, just like I said, keeping in mind the fundamentals of before and after, what do we want to have happen to these elements? I just want them to move down and turn down the opacity, or turn down in opacity, basically disappear. So we can click, what just happened there? Richard, we'll see you later. See you in the left, our hardest spotlight. Okay, so we have, let's do that again. That was a little too quick. We have our glass, we have the H, it kind of just disappears, and we are on our welcome screen.
Nice.
So next, what we're gonna do, and maybe now these are kind of in the way, maybe I wanna move this stuff like not here. Okay, maybe here. All right, so next thing I want to do is I'm going to go back to prototype. We already have our arrow here, and what we're going to do is we're going to do actually we're not going to do that. We're going to undo this because the transition that we want is the phone. Let's pretend, just so we don't have to create another artboard, that we've already imported our phone number. If we wanted to actually kind of mimic us inputting our phone number, what I would do is I would just duplicate this, move this here. This one would not have a phone number. I would set up basically a tap trigger. I'll just do it. It's whatever.
Yep.
Set up a tap trigger. We're here. We've gone this far. Yep. I think spending time on explaining this stuff in the beginning so that everybody's on the same track is important, and then we don't have to go into all the nitty gritty for every animation. We can just flow through it. Yep. Auto animate. We got the snap. XD remembers all of the animation settings I had for my previous animations. Yep. And I am going to go to this. I'm going to hit sign in. I'm going to do tap. All my settings are saved. Perfect. And we might do the same thing here. Let's see, go back to design. We'll just do
some numbers in there.
Yeah, just throw some numbers.
I was like, he's already there. He's gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm like, let's just focus on this for these, and then we can. How many is this? We got 1, 2, 6. All right, 6. All right, I'm just gonna center these.
That's exactly what I do when I'm working on centering things within objects and stuff. It's perfectly center.
Yes. And to keep everybody who has superstitions happy, we're gonna change all the 6s. I swear I heard somebody in the chat whisper, "Hi, Dios mío." And all right.
Oh my God, you're too much.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go to prototype. We're gonna do a tap animation here. Boom.
Awesome.
Tap. All my stuff is looking good. All right. Set that home. Okay. So we have hype home. It really should be hype house, but it has nothing to do with hype shoes, maybe. All right. We sign in. We got our phone number. Boom. Got our numbers. And we're gonna, once we hit continue.
Perfect.
We're gonna set this up to our onboarding. So in the chat, let us know if you follow, because we are not going to spend that much time on the other animations. You guys are just going to be drooling. That's about it. That's the only action that will occur.
That's right. I mean, you definitely nailed it by explaining how things work at the beginning, so people like know what work you're going to be doing like later on, because I know you probably going to fly through some of these stuff, some of these settings, depending on what you want for your triggers, your type of transitions, and you know, the timing and all of that fun stuff. But I think that's great. What do you guys think on the chat? All right, so let's see. Yes, in about 26 minutes, we're gonna have the artist spotlight that's coming in a few minutes. So stay tuned for that. If you're joining us for the first time, Brandon is creating a commerce mobile app. Yesterday he did the first part, which you can replay it on YouTube or Behance, and then today he's just like finalizing the whole project, and also like now he's animating things, creating some transitions, animation, micro interactions, and pretty cool stuff. So stay tuned.
All right, so if you guys saw, there was a little bit of a hiccup here. So I have all of my animations. Let's see. So exclusive benefits, when I hit next, it goes backwards. Exclusive items, it goes backwards, but exclusive offers comes back to the front. And that is because I am assuming from a naming convention. So we have the group 5,518. We're going to call this X benefits. X items. Fergie, I heard you brush your hair over your shoulders talking about, yes, the naming of layers. You're like proper, well done.
She was like,
she's taught me well.
5394. I would presumably age from stress with such a file. Oh no, she's laughing. She's laughing right now.
All right, so now basically what I have to do is I have to change all of the names of the things I'm trying to animate. So let's see, boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's see what we have. In testing, what you like, one thing that I've learned with animations, like as soon as you make the animation, like test it. Because if you try to do your entire application and then you're like, let's go and test, most likely the first animation you did is going to be like and look like Frankenstein. So do one thing at a time and test it. All right. So
yeah, I do that too. I mean, every time I go to a different flow or something else that I wanted to do, I have to test it out before, because if I continue to go that path, not even testing it because I think I know it's gonna work or whatever, it's just creates a nightmare. So yeah, like Brandon said, just test it out, check, and then if you're happy with it, then continue with the next transitions.
Exactly. All right, so I am basically, what I'm doing now is I'm adding kind of like my before and afters, right? So we have the first screen, we have exclusive benefits. Next, exclusive items, exclusive offers. So what I'm trying to tell XD is that, hey, I want exclusive items to be almost right off the screen here. We're going to turn the opacity to 0. So it actually, when we get over here, it animates smoothly into the screen. Or before, I think it was just awkwardly fading in. Yeah, see, there we go. That's a much smoother versus this one, which I haven't done yet, which is this one, where it just like
jump
appears. Yeah. Right. So I am going to.
That is the power of animation in XD.
Before and after, guys, telling it, hey, I want you to start here, and this is where I want you to end up. All right. So now we have a smooth onboarding experience. We got, boom, next, exclusive items,
nice.
Exclusive offers.
Super smooth. Love it.
Yes. And now we are going to hit join, and we are going to move us to our explore page.
That's right. Which will be kind of like your homepage, right? Like the hub.
Exactly.
Like, perfect.
So our join, we're going to move our arrow to our explore.
Fergie is saying that she's super proud of you, Brandon.
Yes. This is perfect. I appreciate that, Fergie. All right. So now it's like, okay. And this is what, because the explore page is the main page, I wanted to give it some weight when it comes to animation, because something interesting, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Not just be like, oh, you've made it to the page. And plus we have time to make, some cool stuff. So I'm trying to think, how do I want to do this? Maybe I want to duplicate this and kind of have like an initial state, and then move into the final state of the explore page. So, and also I do want to change some of the shoe assets.
Some of the shoes. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Let's change some of these up. So I'm clicking the shoe, holding control, basically clicking that. And I think it's shift control V. No, control alt V. Yes.
There you go.
Okay. If you're on Mac, it's, what is it? Command option.
Yep.
Or I don't know.
Yep.
I haven't used a Mac in a while. What was the thing for Mac? I forgot.
It's command. Yeah. Like you said. Command option.
But you got it.
Yeah.
Command option. Okay. Command Option V. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we got that. We are now going to duplicate.
Looking dope.
Let's see, we're gonna go back to prototype. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up a timed animation from here to here. So we're just gonna take this, I think these are called pick whips or arrows. Just gonna set it here, trigger, time. We're going to do a delay of 0 and snap easing at 0.8 seconds for duration. And I'm just gonna play around with some stuff here. So I'm going to pull this off to the left, pull this off to the right, turn the opacity to 0.
Nice.
And I'm not even sure if this is gonna look good, guys. I'm really just trying.
Ooh, I was thinking
it might really be some
I was
ugly.
thinking something special for that section.
I don't know if this is gonna look okay. We'll see.
See,
But
it's all about
maybe,
testing.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm gonna leave it like that and see what it looks like when it actually animates. We are going to, I'm gonna ungroup this and I'm gonna ungroup this because I want this to be one row and I want this to be another row.
Okay.
And do the same here. I'm gonna move this off to the right, move this off to the left.
Left, nice. Curious to see how this will pan out.
Yeah, it's gonna be busted. Let's give myself a. All right, so let's see what this looks like. We're gonna go ahead and go here first from this screen. Press join. Oh, what happened here? Oh, this happens all the time. I forget what it is. I think it's that little blue line.
It's the blue line. Yeah, you gotta probably
vertical. All right, let's do. Oh, all this stuff is set to scrolling. None. Let me do this though. 800.
There you go.
Vertical 800.
800.
Okay, so I don't know the technical.
I think it's kind of like the viewport of that.
The view,
section.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, what just happened?
Ooh.
This is
happens
not what
pretty
I want
fast.
Yeah, so let's do prototype duration. Maybe we make it 1 second. Okay, let's start off here again. Join. I mean, that wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that good.
Hold on, we played again.
It didn't even look like what I was attempting. And plus it, and plus there was like a little bit of
a delay, like a
I don't understand why it went white. Let's see. Let's go back to design. I think I know what it is. I think it has to do with this. Let's try vertical 800. Okay. Boom. Join. New. Why is it doing that to me? That is very interesting. There shouldn't be like a white. Yeah. So let's do continue. Next. Yeah, that's very odd to me.
It's with the go back to your time. Let's see. The timing is that what is doing this. Like it's taking way more than 1 second. I think you set it up for 1 second on the prototype.
So we got
it's in and out 0.2 seconds, and then
maybe
is the duration right there, duration 1 second. Yeah, make it
maybe it just needs to be 0.
Yeah, like 0.2 or something like that.
Yeah, let's try that. Because it needs to go immediately.
Yep.
Oh no.
What?
Yeah,
Snapped. Like pretty quick.
Yeah. I don't know. I do not know on that one, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm sorry. That's a little embarrassing. We'll figure it out as we go.
I mean, this things happens all the time. We could figure things out, of course, on the fly, but you can just continue going. And
yeah, I think we're gonna keep going. What I do want to do though, fixed position when scrolling. So we're gonna get our navigation. We are going to pull these puppies right at the bottom. Let me grab the entire thing. We're gonna put this, we're gonna bring it up to the very top of everything. And I think we do need to kind of do like a gradient thing, or
a gradient background.
Yeah, like a block. So that we can,
you can see it, and then you can scroll down and pass. And also, like, you can probably fix position so that way.
Yep. Boom. Get that border off. One of the things I do want to do is add some curvature to it. So I am going to do this.
Nice.
Pull this in and do like a hole punch, I think. Where did it go?
Not seeing it.
All right, let me see. Hold on. Let me pull these off. 1 second, guys, so I can see what's happening. All right, boom. 2 things. There we go. That's ugly. Let's not do that. Okay. let's extend this to the side here so we have sharp corners at least. Maybe pull the radius in just a little bit more.
Nice.
There we go. All right. So we got a little bit of our rounded corners here. I'm going to put this back on our artboard. Put this behind our navigation. And I'm going to scale this up just a little bit. Move it down just like this. I'm going to group it with my navigation here. Control G.
Nice.
Perfect. And now I am going to fix position when scrolling. All right.
Perfect.
So now if we're on here, we have our navigation that just sits there.
Beautiful.
And we are able to scroll. One thing I do want to take off is I think all of our status bar stuff is fixed, and we're going to take that off. Or no, that's definitely fixed. But I think oh, that's what we need to do. We need to have like a background. I don't think it has a background. Yeah. We will do that as well. Boom, boom, pow. And we'll put that here and just group that. Okay. We'll probably need to fix that on other screens as well. All right, hold on. We have a new group, fixed. Boom, play. Monday. All right, here we go. I have to bring it all the way to the front.
Yep.
There you go. There you go.
Nice.
Testing, ladies and gentlemen.
Testing. I think Fergie actually is trying to give you some advice on what was happening. She said, try edit the duration to 0 from the join button to the all black screen, maybe.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
0. Join. Boom.
Oh, ooh.
That
Thank
was
you, Fergie.
clean. Yes.
Clean. There you go.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, look at that.
Oh, that looks hot.
That's how I feel right now. Just like I only have wool socks on right now, but I would totally. That's my.
And the icons. Like, do you see how they,
how they popped in?
How they behave? Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually pretty smooth. Woo. It's not that bad.
Pretty smooth. Yep. Thank you, Fergie, again. All right. So keep moving along. We have 10 minutes till the artist spotlight. So you can continue. Yep.
All right, so we are going to pop in our, let's just pretend we've already typed in something here.
Yep.
So I'm going to just prototype, pull that, the search bar, or clicking it, bringing it into right here, our search page. And we have a tap trigger, animation duration. This is what I'll do. I'm going to connect everything. And then if we want to get into the nitty gritty of animations, that we'll go ahead and do that.
Agreed.
So let's do that. We are going to, you know what? We were kind of undecided about this search page yesterday. Now, whether it should be a page or if it should just be a little bit of a takeover thing.
Could be. Could be a takeover, but it could be a page as well. Like, don't overthink it.
Yeah. Maybe what I'll just do is I'll do a oh, I already have one here. Probably doesn't make much sense. This needs more thought, guys. Yep. I'll tell you that right now. This is yeah, maybe we'll just take this out of the equation to make it less for now. If we have time, we can figure it out. But we have, this is the search, this is the explore. We will move this off to the side because it's confusing me. And we'll just move into the product stuff. So we're gonna click this card right here. We're gonna go to prototype. We're going to bring it to its detail page. And
awesome.
We are going to, this definitely needs like a back button. And I think probably should still have the couple other things. So let's go ahead and let's go back to design real quick because we have to fix, all right, we have the 800, the vertical.
Yep.
Okay. We are going to get this price and this purchase button. We're going to bring it to the top of the layers, hitting Control Shift in the right bracket. I'm going to basically bring it right about here, somewhere. We'll play with it. We'll see how it looks when we open it. Ruben, how do you do like your Is there like a certain number you like to keep it from, like the base, or?
It all depends on the system that I'm working on, but it's
yeah,
16, 20 pixels off of, depending if you have a gradient that goes over. That's one thing. Some people have like snack bars, like they're just floating in the bottom navigation, kind of like on the top of it. Did you that price and did you position it fixed?
I believe it.
Okay. Yes. Cool. Yeah, it all depends. I mean, I like that, having that floating and having some sort of like something to see in the background, like there's something there type of thing.
Yeah.
Creates that illusion of depth, kind of like, oh, there's things like down there, which is awesome. All right, let's see. We are 6 minutes from the spotlight, the artist spotlight. Oh, it's looking dope.
We gotta fix all of our lines or our nav items here. So just so that it has a background. One, two, three, four, delete, select all those puppies. Boom.
Paste. Oof. Done.
And then there we go. All right.
Beautiful.
Okay. Where are we at? So we have our back button. Perfect. We have our Nike category. So I'm very quickly going to set up this back button. Ruben, how much time we have for the artist? Is it now?
We have five minutes. We still have 5
5
minutes, so you can definitely keep going. I'll let you know.
So I'm gonna pull this back up to our explore page, and I am going to kind of do the same thing with these other pieces. I am going to, you know what?
Change your mind?
I think maybe because we do have sort of like this filter mechanism thing here. Maybe right now this is how the component that I have where I can change and I didn't really finalize it, but let's go back to default state. But I think I'm gonna undo this, and I am gonna take off the red border here for now, so that when it's actually clicked, because what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go to
see what you're doing.
Yeah, because we go straight to Nike, and I'm like, maybe what we do, maybe we just have where can I grab the Nike swoosh real quick? Maybe I can just cheat here real quick. Maybe take that. Nope. Yeah, because we're gonna, oh wait, what is this? All right. What happens if I pull this up? Yeah, that doesn't look right. Okay. Let's just pretend that there's something here and it's the swoosh. I'm going to be really bad and just I'm not going to, you know what? I'm just going to leave it. So if we click Nike, I want this to take us
to the category, right?
To the category, yes. So changing I have to do some thinking on the fly, guys.
Yep.
We can very quickly change those shoes. Boom. Wait. Go back to design.
Perfect.
2 more. Just gonna pull these down here. All right, there we go. And again, just using Control-Alt-V, copy, Control-Alt-V. All right, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna set up our prototyping for our back arrow, which is gonna send us back to our Explore.
Yes. In case you guys are joining us right now, Brandon is creating a commerce mobile app. Yesterday, you can check out the first part of it. He was more like in design mode. And today he's more like prototyping, animating, creating some micro interactions, animations and stuff like that, putting everything together, creating those user flows and put them, all together. So yeah.
All right, so now we're connecting the cart to the Explore page. And now we're going to just set up our cart or our checkout to the checkout flow. And we're very quickly going to put this together. And I think we have done enough to basically go to our artist spotlight.
Yep, exactly. We still have, you still have 1 minute left. So
1 minute.
Yep.
All right. I have no idea what I want to do for the confirm. Let me see. Did I already make? I don't think I did.
That kind of like looks like I confirmed like that last one. Could be kind of like.
Yeah, I just don't have the ta-da or the thank you or the, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So
that confirmation page.
Exactly. And again, I'm kind of just using assets from my previous thing, guys, for the payments, just so we don't have just white circles chilling here. I'm gonna grab my MasterCard photo. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. I'm gonna hit save, and Ruben, how we doing? Where are we at?
Okay, we are 5 seconds till the artist spotlight. So you did amazing.
Let's go ahead and do it. All right. So today's artist spotlight is Richard Ottley, my friend. Congratulations. All right. Let's take a look. We have this is a very well-filled Behance profile. Well, we definitely need to go to the winery. Yeah. All right. I think we're gonna take a look at that. But we have winery, we have Purent, we have scoreboard, and we have blue.
Blue, yes. Oh, that blue looks amazing.
It definitely looks interesting. Let's check out winery. Drink and be merry. All right. So we have winery, drink and be merry, on-demand wine and spirits app.
Okay. On-demand
24/7 wine and spirits delivery service.
Love the colors.
Yes, we got the color palette right here. We have a little bit of a fabric and a little ting between the W and the wine glass. Wines made to order for whom? I guess it's supposed to be open-ended.
Open-ended, I would say.
We have some textures, like some iconography and some, what do they call it, Ruben? Where it's just like you have
step and repeat.
Patterns.
Step and repeat.
Yeah. Step and repeat. Has some nice photography to get the feeling of the brand.
Yep.
This will be me at 8 p.m. today.
Right? That's right.
That's grape juice, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. It's family friendly. This is probably I like this. It makes me feel a ways. So it looks like it's a minor branding /
yeah.
Very nice.
That's what I was kind of like saying. This is kind of like a style guide with some other stuff in there as well. Like the brand.
I like these.
Oh yes, look at that. Especially the top left. Woo.
And this is what I would consider. This is probably one of the larger case studies or showcases of. Oh, here we go. This is what I was looking for. So you've got, this is like a whole. He's got the branding. He's got the whole app concept in here. Yep. I definitely, what I would do is just a tip for everybody. I think the visuals are excellent, but what I would like also is like a little blurb of kind of what I'm about to get into, because everything in here is beautiful. I understand what the app is from this, but I would love to know maybe what type of challenge you were trying to overcome in regards to what you were building. But what you were displaying, Rob, excellent. Or Richard, my bad.
Yep, Richard. Some of the constraints, like what were like your learnings and stuff like that while making this product, but amazing work.
We're gonna check blue. Breathe, liberate, unwind.
Look at those pastel colors, and like even before I read something about breathe, like I kind of like felt calm by just watching this. You know what I mean? Like that's what colors, provoke. Like I was like, this is something like that needs to be like with health or something like in I think it is, right?
I believe so. I feel like we're about to get into meditation territory.
Yeah.
So let's see what we kind of got going on here. Got some, I like this type of showcase where you get to see how the thing works.
Yep. Kind of like
got the onboarding.
Small prototypes, so you can, and you can do this with Adobe XD. You record your prototypes and then you use that MP4 for your portfolio, and that kind of like brings value to your piece.
Yeah, and I think now you can even embed your prototype, your Adobe XD prototype, into Behance now. So I think that was a feature that was added at the end of last year. So you guys can definitely do that as well.
Awesome. Okay, pretty cool. Very
nice. All right, we got the app store, sort of, or maybe like a banner. A little bit of a layout of all the. This is really clean. This is what I would say is pretty minimal. You have the pastel colors, like you were saying. You have the different sessions. Looks like it's subscription based. Main features: meditate, discover, live, or live. Yeah, live.
Look at those colors. They work. Like, love that.
Steal them, guys.
You see? He's like in this one. He's explaining the purpose, the plan, and everything in there. That's what it's about.
Yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about. Where the other one, it had everything that probably this one has, but this definitely is spelling out exactly kind of what he was going after and his approach to this and what he was inspired by as well.
That is right.
We got the how might we in there, what he's intending to do. How might we create an intuitive experience for people to do show and prototype going back. So I'm going to go. Okay. Yep. And I also need to actually change some of the, we'll do this later. It's going to be a pain though, but I'm basically making sure everything going forward works, but now we kind of do everything that needs to go
back.
Yeah, actually can. So boom, boom, boom.
Perfect.
And then checkout, we'll go here. And then this needs to go back to, we're just going to take it back to the Explore.
Yes.
And let's see. So we're going to start back at square one.
Okay. Hype home.
Yeah, hype home. We're going to get our phone number in there, sign in, get our numbers, continue. We have exclusive benefits, exclusive items, exclusive offers.
Nice.
We've joined. We are now in here. We have, let's see, a product detail page, which is this.
The swatch.
Okay. The swatch. And let's see, we have our back arrow. We go back to Explore. We're going to do the animations for these guys. I just want to see if I've connected everything as it should. We have the Nike category. Boom. This looks good. I think I'm missing something here. The back arrow works perfect. Let's see.
Just the bottom navigation, I think, on that one.
Yeah, maybe.
Is it, or you can just go back to the
previous? I don't know. I mean, I was trying to think about that too. I was like, do we need?
And sometimes you don't need it. It, like I said, it all depends. If you have the back button, people can just go back.
Yeah, I think it's a little. It might be acceptable. I don't know. At this point, I'm like, because we only have 3 buttons, right? We have the home, we have this what's saved, and we have the kind of personal profile.
Yep.
Or the account. And I'm like, is that really necessary to have on the category? I mean, maybe. It kind of would if somebody's just trying to go to their profile and they're here, it kind of would be a little annoying. So maybe we'll just add it.
Okay. Perfect.
We never know until we test, guys. That's why I'm a little unsure. And we are not testing this. Unless you guys have options or opinions and suggestions, then we'll definitely take that and integrate it. All right, so we're gonna make this, let's go back to, all right, fixed position, okay. All right, let's go back to our Explore, cart, all right. Checkout, we have regular delivery, we can go next, next, next. All right, this is our checkout. And I think I want to make this maybe possibly sticky. No? What do you think, Ruben?
I don't know. Maybe just leave it there at the bottom so people can read all the, rather than having that confirm button. It all depends. Like this type of stuff, like you need to test it out just to see like what works and what doesn't work. But in my opinion, like I like to, when I'm buying something, I like to read everything from the top to bottom to see like, okay, my information is correct, everything is correct. Then I confirm it, rather than having I pressed that confirm by mistake and I had a different address. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which I do quite often, actually.
I did the other day, like buying food from DoorDash, and I forgot to change my address, and it just went to my brother's house, and he was like,
Yes.
"Oh, thank you for the food." I'm like, "Oh,
dude." I always send ice cream to my brother's house, especially like late at night when you're like, oh, on a Friday night, you're like, the week is over and you're just waiting 35 minutes for that ice cream to show up at your door. And you're just like,
yep,
where is it? It says it was delivered. My brother's
Yep.
like, thanks, dude. No.
yep."
So yes, this stuff is important, guys. You do not want you want your ice cream. You paid
Yep.
for it. You
That's
paid those
right.
high delivery fees. Okay. I
You're
don't
doing
know what I'm gonna do
something.
with
You're
this.
doing something in here, like some sort of.
Yeah, I think maybe I want to do. Actually, let me not duplicate this just yet. Let me group some things. 1, 2. Yeah, I might want to try to sneak some, maybe some animation in here. We'll see. That's a group. I think that needs to be centered. Definitely. Okay. All right, so we're gonna duplicate this. Kind of gonna do basically the same thing that we did here with the explore page.
Yep.
Um,
We have about 10 minutes.
10 minutes
before
All right.
we start wrapping things up. So just to keep that in mind.
All right, we got it, dog. That's all you had to say. I literally can do quite a bit in 10 minutes. All right, so we're just gonna. I think to be quick, we're just gonna move things off to the side and just reduce the opacity, basically, of everything. We're just gonna move this stuff down 0. Remove this down 0. And we are going to set. All right, so this was our swatch. Boom. Right, this goes here. This is duration is 0. Okay, we're going to set up a timed animation to go here. We're going to set this to, I think this was 0.8, right? 0.8.
0.8.
And rather than tap, we're just going to do a time animation. Let's see what we have here. We're going to go to explore, play, and hit this. All right, for some reason though, it like started me off in the center of the artboard.
Go back again to that artboard. Let's see it. Go to the design. Yeah, there you go. What do you call 800? That's fine.
Let's see. Boom, play, shoe. All right.
There you go.
So whatever that was, it must have just been a little funky. Okay. So you guys can see the animation is really not that hard. I was just like, move, 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 opacity to 0. And basically, even though it was ugly over here, like it makes no sense. But as long as everything moves into place, it kind of looks like it has some movement, that it's alive a little bit. And if we really wanted to bring that back, maybe I want to do like to be a little fancy. Maybe I want to do like a little 3D card swivel, you know what I'm saying? Let's see, maybe something like that. 0 that out. Let's play.
Ooh.
I can't really see it that much. Maybe we'll turn it a little bit more. Oh, maybe we'll do it like that, like a full 90 degree. Press play.
Oh, nice.
You get a little something there. Okay. Let's keep moving on. And we're going to do pretty much the same thing for the category page. Let's make sure I have everything in the correct group. So I'm going to group the first 2 cards and the second 2 cards as their own group. I am going to duplicate this. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a 3D twist. And by the way, to turn this on, you just hit this little cube right there.
3D transform.
Yeah, 3D transform.
There
90 degrees.
They're saying that looks nice on the chat. So
very nice. Thank you, guys. Moving these things from side to side. Move this down.
Nice.
And prototype, we're going to move this here. And we have 0 delay, snap 8.8 seconds. And let me see, I probably need to do the back button here. This needs to go back to explore.
Yes.
And we need to do that with this as well. Okay. All right. So we have
full flash application right here.
Yes. And so I'm going to do the same thing for our cart here. Maybe I might just be overcomplicating it now. But I mean, this is, you know, for the fun. I have a lot more fun doing the animation stuff versus the just laying everything out. At least we have the ability to make it look a little bit more alive.
Yep.
So let's see, design. Maybe we'll push this off a little bit. 0. Maybe we'll just pull these down.
Yeah.
0 that out. Same thing with this. And maybe same with this. And I don't think I actually did. All right, so it does have that height. All right, so we're gonna go to prototype. We're gonna do time trigger, boom, boom, boom. All right, cool. This is also what I like about XD, right? It just, the last couple things that we've been doing has 0 delay, snap, and the 0.8 second sort of transition, and it remembers that, so I don't have to keep constantly doing the minutia.
Yep, changing it every time you create the same type of animation. That's awesome.
Exactly. All right, so I think from here, let's just go through everything, see how we're doing. We're gonna start here. Boom. Got our phone numbers. We're going to sign in. We're going to get our numbers from the text. Continue. We're going to go through our onboarding. We're going to join. We are here on the home page. We have, I mean, we do have the search set up, but it doesn't really make sense. So we're going to leave that out. We have our product page. We have our price and the ability. Ooh, this is the add to cart. We didn't necessarily have the, we haven't made this yet, but this is where you would add your item to the cart.
Yep.
Let's go back to our home page. We have, what else did we do? We have our category.
The category, nice.
And you know what I think we probably needs, because if we have this is probably like a secondary navigation, right? Probably should be somewhere here.
Could be like an ancillary navigation. Yeah, design decisions. This is when user research is important, just to, you know, test things out and see what works.
So we have this, boom. And if you guys noticed, if I go back to Nike, I'm not able to scroll all the way down. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to elongate that page. It's a little bit more. I'm going to elongate both of them. Drop. Oh, I don't think we need those. Okay. So let's go back to explore. And boom, Nike. All right. Perfect. Boom. Okay, we have that space. We can go back. We can go to our cart. We had the nice animation. We have our 2 things come up. We have our 2 items come in from the right. We can go to checkout. And this is basic. We have everything pretty static here. We have delivery. We have the address. We have the payment next. And we can basically confirm what we have. So you guys can leave it there if you want. But how much time do we have, Ruben? We have about
3 minutes, I would say, before we start, you know, saying our goodbyes. Yeah.
All right. So with those 3 minutes, maybe what I will do is, what do you guys want to see? Well, you guys, by the time the 3 minutes are up, you guys will have answered, and we will have to close.
You will have to close, but you can do some pretty cool or small animation or micro interaction between those 2 or 3 screens.
Let's see what we can do with the cards. Let's see if we can have some fun with these. So I'm going to paste these over here.
Okay.
And I am going to actually, I'm going to pull this down. Oh, and these are fake cards. Okay. I probably should have designed all of them.
That's fine.
But we'll see what we can do with this. I'm going to push this. Do I want to push this behind everything? Zero that out. Let's see kind of what we have. So we're going to go here. We're going to go back to prototype. And
now it's that one. The other one.
This one right here.
Yep.
And we have tap, boom, duration. All right, we're going to do 0.8. And let's see what we got. So we're going to start out here. Awesome. Next. There we go. We got a nice little cash register, flick of the money, flick of the wrist. Yes.
That's awesome.
And then for the finale, and we'll close out with this, is very, very basic. Ooh, what am I doing out here? Just gonna move this to left. Move this stuff to just to give like
just a little bit of movement in there.
Yeah, I need to group that. And if I'm going to group that, I need to group it over here, I think.
Yep.
Yes. Group. You get, are you ready to close out? Is that what is the time?
We're close. Pretty close.
We're close. All right.
53.
All right, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. Let's see. Grouped, boom. Pull this off to the right. And I guess we can leave this stuff here. All right, I'm gonna just zero this stuff out. Zero opacity, and prototype. I'm gonna move this over here. We have time, 0 delay, 0.8 seconds. And we are gonna take this back arrow right here.
All right.
And that should be all right.
Yep.
We're good?
Yep. I think we're good to close.
All right, let's do it. Well, you guys already saw the recap, but I'll let you take it.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So I just want to say thank you to everyone in the chat and Brandon. Thank you so much for actually putting this together these 2 days. We had so much fun creating this commerce mobile application. Just want to say thanks everyone who supported us, who, went to the chat and kind of like, interact with us. And just want to say, big thanks.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely. And guys, if you join us tomorrow at 8 a.m. with Adobe evangelist Kyle Webster Brush Hour, where he will be working with pastel brushes. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See ya.